Hello Pisces, welcome. I'm Ryan. Thank you for being here. This is going to be a general reading for whom you're dealing with and how they feel about you. Of course, everything may not resonate, so take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel, 553 Tarot Shoes Review as well. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going on. Oh my gosh, what? What? How does that make any sense? I don't understand that. Yeah, I don't understand that. And there you are on top of the deck, Pisces. I don't understand this. Now I do. Now I do. That's games. That is a game right there. We'll get there. Just, jeez. This is so very fascinating. What is this? This is like one of those, not to jump ahead, but this is one of those push-pull situations. Interesting. It's a game. But jumping into this, Pisces, what they're showing me is initially, and you'll kind of hear, you'll hear it play out as I go through it. Initially, they want to clear the air. They want to make things right. And this is what I'm talking about. They want to clear things, and they want to clear the air, and they want things to move forward. And I do see it's kind of like there's an energy here about kind of just more so pursuing the good times, the fun times. This is where they feel like, okay, great, there's some sort of progress, there's some sort of growth with you. It's kind of like, as long as we're having a good time, as long as our energies are real high, everything's great. This is kind of one of those situations where I'm going to do for you so that you view me as a somebody. It's kind of like the savior complex, if you will. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do, for the sake of seeing if you're going to acknowledge me. It's an energy of an exchange of I'm going to give in order for that I get some sort of acknowledgement. It's like, okay, now pay attention to me. I do this, now pay attention to me. I do this, now pay attention to me. This is someone, unfortunately, Pisces, that you're in a relationship or a commitment with. And that's what's fascinating, is there definitely is some sort of acknowledgement there, but then everything kind of takes a turn. As things progress and move forward for some reason, it's like there's a conflict. I don't know if they start an argument or start a fight, and it's this hot-headedness, like ego energy I don't know what that is. It's definitely a power move, that is for sure. Because it's like they just sit back, and it's almost kind of like it's like more exchange, and I don't know what that is. They're seeing this as some sort of more energetic exchange. And then it's kind of like, okay, now you. And it's almost like expectations, if you will, that's being played out. It's like they expect you to pay attention to them, acknowledge them, and then give it. It's interesting because as everything looks picture perfect, then it's like give it time. And now there's like this argument or fight for expectations of like what, you know, for what in return. I mean, something works. It's just... It's like they want more. They want more. I don't know what that is. There's something there that they're trying to figure out. Oh, geez. Jeez. Oh, that makes sense why. That makes sense why. That makes sense. It's because they're dealing with multiple people, Pisces. That's why. They're dealing with multiple people. I don't know who is who at this point, because goodness, I'm looking at up to 3 different people here. Like I said, that feels like games. That feels like games. So, for some reason, appearances. It's all for the sake of appearances. It's like, I do this, so look at me or perceive me this way. Why? And it's almost like that's not even good enough. It's almost kind of like, well, that's not the response, or that's not the acknowledgement, or that's not. It's interesting. It's like there's this battle within themselves of like them feeling like, even though they get the acknowledgement, it's kind of like in one ear and out the other ear. Like it means nothing to them. So they start a conflict or a fight or an argument to kind of like add that extra oomph of like, oh, see, I am. It's like, okay. Yeah, they're kind of showing me like energetically it's not enough, because then they're over here and considering someone, you know, it's true. They're thinking about their ex as well, Pisces. They're thinking about their ex, and they're kind of like, well, and unfortunately there's a comparison, unfortunately being made. And that's what's interesting is, while they're in a commitment relationship with you, they're comparing the relationship with you towards a connection or relationship with an ex, and they're trying to figure out, like, did this happen with them? How was it with them? What was the dynamic with them? Is there still hope with the ex, or is there geez Louise, is there still hope with the ex, or is it something about us? It's like, what changed on the timeline? They're referencing their relationships, Pisces. They're referencing their relationships. Like, did this happen with them? Or was it the same way? Was it not the same way? Well, how things used to be. They don't know what they want. They don't know who they want specifically. And that's what's interesting, though, is whether they still are hoping for their ex or whether they're hoping for things with you, they do know that they need to close some sort of door to some connection or relationship. Don't know which one, honestly, but they're kind of saying they're doing what they can to put those boundaries in place and kind of just leave it be while they try and figure out who specifically they want. And that's where they're kind of going through this suffering is, interesting enough. I don't know what's going on. To be honest, I'm kind of looking at player energy. And so this kind of goes back to the mother wound, or father wound, however you perceive it. It's kind of like, well, I deal with so many people because I don't want to be abandoned, which means they never fully 100% commit or invest. It's never good enough because it's not going to fill the void of what mom or dad left missing within them, energetically speaking. There's a wound there that still needs to be healed. And so that wound is open, so keeping their emotional options open. They know it. They know that they're emotionally split between two people, possibly three. They don't know. They're at a crossroads, Pisces. They're at a crossroads. And they're not too sure exactly who or which direction they're going to go. Yeah. Yeah. They have some soul searching to do. They have some soul searching to do. Yeah, I believe it. Of course, if you are dealing with anyone Pisces, you could be dealing with a fire sign, an air sign, a water sign, or an earth sign.